Good morning, viewers. Today, I'll be talking about treatment of love in Shakespearean sonnets. It is advisable that you keep a notebook and a pen so that you can jot down the important points pertaining to this particular topic. It is also advisable that you use earplugs while listening to the audio. So here I begin. The theme of love is certainly the predominant theme of the sonnets of Shakespeare. This theme is all pervasive in the sonnets. There are two persons to whom the sonnets are addressed. The first group of sonnets is addressed to a male friend, most probably the Earl of Southampton, while the second group is addressed to Shakespeare's mistress, the Dark Lady. According to an eminent scholar, Shakespeare's treatment of love, though largely inspired by the Renaissance poetic tradition, Italian and French, was chiefly the product of a new orientation given by Shakespeare to the conventional poetic tradition. Shakespeare seems to have become almost an idolater. He speaks about his love for his male friend in terms of adoration and worship. As, for instance, in the sonnet 101, in which he says that his friend represents truth dyed in beauty, and that both truth and beauty depend on his love for his friend. Shakespeare is also keen that the memory of his friend should remain ever fresh and green in the minds of people, and he therefore fills his sonnets with his praise of the youth and beauty of his friend, urging his friend in some of these sonnets to get married and beget children who would hence perpetuate their begotter's memory, and asserting in several other sonnets that these sonnets would by themselves preserve his friend's memory for all time, because they enshrine the friend's youth and beauty and would be persevered by all the coming generations. And thus Shakespeare glorifies and almost deifies his friend, and thus does Shakespeare impart to his love an almost divine quality. Shakespeare's love is ideal love, and it almost surpasses the love of Dante for his Beatrice and the love of Petrarch for his Laura. What gives abiding value to Shakespeare's sonnets, in the opinion of our scholarly commentator, is not the exposition of the polarity between appearance and reality, or the tyranny of time, or the abstract concept of Platonic beauty and love, but the sustained exploration and the poetic enactment of the human experience of the everlastingness and invulnerability of love and friendship. Even as a male, his friend seems to Shakespeare to be as beautiful as any woman might be, because he has feminine features, a feminine face, and the most alluring feminine charms. Shakespeare is very much impressed by his friend's persona and continues to love him fervently. This is the quality of selfless or unselfish love. Shakespeare acquires a better knowledge of himself and his own nature through his personal experience of pain and agony. He is able to overcome the pain and agony to a very large extent. He achieves some sort of consolation by an acknowledgement of his friend's right to individual freedom. This attitude on Shakespeare's part is an attitude of self-effacement, and this attitude marks the zenith of his love. But this stage of true love did not come to Shakespeare easily. He had to go through the painful experience of a wounded ego, and only then did he attain the capacity to sacrifice his ego and reach the heights of love. Such then is the process of Shakespeare's mental and spiritual growth. And this is the way in which Shakespeare gives a new definition to the conventional mode of complaint and self effacement. Through a rendering of a very human experience of a sense of defeat, he conveys the inevitability of love. Such love is immortal, and the loved one, though mortal and perishable, can gain immortality both through his children and through Shakespeare's poetry. Time, the destroyer of beauty and youth, can thus be conquered. In the case of the mistress, Shakespeare's attitude is vastly different. His love for his mistress is wholly sensual. Her dark complexion is no obstacle in the way of Shakespeare's infatuation with her. Shakespeare does not find in her those virtues which our traditional heroine of the Elizabethan and pre-Elizabethan sonneteers possessed. On the contrary, Shakespeare finds this woman as being a nymphomaniac. In her case, outward appearance and inner reality coincide, and though a symbol of irresistible physical charms, she also becomes a symbol of treachery, foulness, and sensuality. While Shakespeare's love for his male friend possesses the quality of loftiness, his love for the dark lady shows the degradation of love. I hope this video on Shakespeare's sonnet and how he treats love in them proves to be of help to each one of you. Please do like, share and subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get the latest updates. Thank you for giving your valuable time. Have a great day ahead.